This week's real estate and mortgage rate update. I waited a day because I wanted to see how the CPI, or the Consumer Price Index, report would come out. It's a big inflation report and it always has the potential to move markets. And so I wanted to kind of wait just a day to see how that played out. So let's jump into the numbers for this week. 30-year fixed rate is kind of on the wrong path currently, incrementally up again. 6.85 is the national 30-year fixed rate average. That's as of today. So certainly moving in the wrong direction. Again, we got a lock alert today, so it didn't like the CPI news. I'm going to go over that here in a second. But we're moving in the wrong direction, have been for a couple of weeks. And, as I've mentioned all along, we're likely to continue to see this as the market starts to digest what tariffs are going to do to the market. We don't have any real historic data on how tariffs will impact the economy. And so the market doesn't really know how to react. And speaking of inflation, there was a lot of concerns that tariffs would be inflationary, and when they were in effect would mean that we would start to see those in the month of June. So let's look at the numbers. So headline year over year up, I think we were at 2.4, and then core inflation, which strips out food and energy, 2.9. Definitely moving in the wrong direction. The Fed likes to see this around 2% before they start cutting rates. When we take a look, though, at some of the inflationary items, they didn't come in as hot as one might expect. In fact, the real hot items were more energy related, energy and gas. Those moved the needle quite a bit more. Food was only 0.3. So whereas this would typically be adversely affected by tariffs, this not so much. Now, when we get into the big ones that we expected to be impacted by tariffs, were new cars, which we had a negative reading. So this didn't have any impact whatsoever from a tariff standpoint on new car prices. Used car prices generally benefit or move upward when new car prices move upward. And so it's not a direct impact from tariffs, but generally speaking, there's an indirect impact that goes along with new car prices. However, those were significantly down as well. So while there is an expectation, and it's not to say that these things will not be affected by tariffs, it's just that they haven't yet been affected by tariffs. Despite that, the market didn't like the news. We lost a lot of ground today, and that's what's pushing rates upward. Stay tuned for next week, and we'll do our weekly update then as well. All right, talk to you soon.